Greetings and salutations, folks. My name is Nick, and welcome back to Coffee Talk, where it is day 9 of Freya's 2-week pursuit to write a novel. Who are we welcoming? I don't know. Let's find out. Welcome. Who are you? I thought we met all of the characters. Good evening, sir. Hello. I'm from the Federal Immigration Regulation and Enforcement Division, or FIRE for short. How may I help you? We've heard reports of alien sightings in this area. We take the issue of illegal interstellar immigration seriously. Have you seen any creatures you would consider to be alien in nature? I don't think so. You know, I figured Malice would be the type of person that would be discreet about her clientele. But what should I be looking for? What's the alien look like? We're not 100% sure, but according to some eyewitnesses, it's wearing a spacesuit or something similar. That's a pretty eye-catching outfit. You'd think an illegal alien would try to blend in better, right? To avoid attention, you know. That is a very good point. In fact, there might be a solid possibility that we have been running around after false testimonies. They are superior creatures, after all. Thank you for your help. If you see any suspicious activities, please contact us through our website. Will do, sir. You don't want to drink anything before leaving? We're good. I appreciate Malice's attempt to still make the sale, to still sell the coffee. Take care on your way. Phew. You really need to be more careful, Neil. Huh? Oh, is this, yeah. Good evening, Malice. Yo. Hello, Miss Aqua, Miss Myrtle. Have you both been somewhere together? We planned to meet here. It's just a coincidence we arrived at the same time. Would you like to order anything? Do you want to order first? Nah, you go first. Okay. Can I have a cup of green tea with a lot of mint? All right. Green tea with extra mint. A Marrakech. All right. Your drink's ready. Let's take a look at what that is. Fresh and healthy drink from Morocco. Ooh, this looks really fresh. I call this Marrakech, inspired by its origin. Marrakech in Morocco? I heard the people there really love tea. Let's give this a try then. Oh my. It's warm but very refreshing. No wonder Morocco is often associated with tea. It is? Honestly, I only know of Morocco because of the movies that take place in it. There was North by Northwest, I want to say, is there. There's the Humphrey Bogart movie, Casablanca. John Wick 3 ends up going through Morocco, I think. How about you, Miss Myrtle? Do you want to order right away? Sure. I'll have the tetrarch. Can I make that? Okay, so according to Wikipedia, the tetrarch is a popular hot milk tea beverage, commonly found in restaurants, outdoor stalls in like Southeast Asian countries, which makes sense because for this game to feature it, considering it is made by, I believe it's made by an Indonesian company. So we want tea and milk. Let us try tea and 2 milks. Let's see how close that is. And if that doesn't work, we'll do... it's tea latte. We'll do milk... Oh, no, we can't do that. Tea, milk, tea? Apparently there's also a version, according to the Wikipedia page. Let's see. Tetarak Madu is tetarak blended with honey as part of its preparation, which is usually served cold. So let's try tea, milk, and then honey. And then if this also doesn't work, I'm just going to look online instead of just at Wikipedia. Okay. It is apparently tea, and then milk. So I was almost there. So close, but not quite. Here's your tetarak. Oh, by the way, let's see what we've just unlocked. What I'm doing with my... As I've stated before, working on Full Metal Conflict series. Favorite things? Me time. I love me time. It's a pretty good time. Tea with milk mixed by pouring the two repeatedly between cups. Originally from Malaysia. Huh. I kind of want to try that. Is there anything wrong? No. It's better than I thought it would be, actually. The taste is really authentic. Just like the tetarak you get in Southeast Asia. Thank you for the compliment. Where did you learn to make it? I traveled around Southeast Asia a few years ago. So you learned about it in Malaysia? Yes, and from the videos on the internet. So, how are things going in the office? As usual, tiring. But thanks to you and your team, we've made some good progress with a problem we've been stuck on for a while. I'm glad I could be of help. It's not every day our research can have an impact as direct as this. Only a few weeks after publication, no less. The thing is, even with your help, we still need to do a ridiculous amount of overtime to make sure the game will be available for the holiday season. Oh. I want to say please don't forget to rest, but I'm sure it won't be that easy for you and the team. Ha! As if those executives care about us. Overtime is not mandatory, they'll say. Please see your family, get some rest. But we all know that optional overtime is a passive-aggressive move. We'll stay longer in the office anyway, because if you go home earlier than the others, you'll feel bad for them. True, but there is, crunch is a hot subject of debate in regards to the video game industry. I think Matt McMuscles on his own channel has done a great job highlighting the effects of crunch in regards to the development, or the problematic, should I say, development of games, and its negative capacity towards it. There's definitely an extreme to that. There's a big difference between going into work like a few extra hours here or there, and then having that cumulative effect of if everybody did a few extra hours, perhaps that might lead to a faster launch, versus, say, I forget which game Matt was talking about, but, there was one specific game where one of the developers had given up their apartment and just moved into the office. which I think is the Sonic. That was for Sonic the Hedgehog on the Sega Saturn, I think. Like, that's the extreme. That's when the company, you've gone too far. You really should ditch that company. I understand that so much. I hate to admit it, but yeah, it's guilt. I wish I could help you, or at least say something to boost your morale. Sadly, I'm not the right person to give you advice about that. Also, is Freya even here? Like, if the whole idea of this game is basically Freya's writing a book based on the people who come in through the coffee shop, essentially she's more the point of view character than Malice. Malice is just behind the bar viewing everything. Like, we are one narrator removed from the story. Like, Freya isn't exactly... Although you could also say, since as a character, like, Malice doesn't develop. Malice isn't going through any sort of change, whereas Freya does have her own change to go through. So in that sense, Freya is also a character within the coffee shop. Which I suppose would make more sense for why Freya isn't the main character of this story. But at the same time, you are playing somebody who's viewing somebody else who's viewing these people in order to create their own stories. For guilt is something that also bothers me a lot, even for things I shouldn't feel guilty about. And you know what makes it worse? I know the state of the industry, but it still saddens me to realize that my favorite series was born out of such sacrifice. I'm sorry I ruined the mood for everyone. Don't worry about it, Aqua. I'm not that bad off, you know. At least the company gives us decent compensation. Healthcare, bonuses, and so on, and we're already used to it. So don't worry about me, okay? Getting used to unhealthy working conditions shouldn't be a norm. I agree. Hey, cheer up. Remember, your research helped us out a lot. Thanks to you, the rest of the development is going to be much easier. How's your game doing, by the way? Actually, I have some good news about it. What is it? The game got approved to be showcased at Max West this year. That's really good news. Congrats. Thank you. So, what's the problem then? I haven't confirmed my attendance to the organizer. Why? Confirm it fast, before they give your spot to another indie. I'm just not sure about it. What's stopping you? Cost? The booth is free for indies. That's good then, and the event's even in Seattle. You don't need to spend anything on travel or accommodation. It's a golden ticket. But I'm not that confident. You passed the selection process, right? That should be enough validation to reassure you of the game's quality. If I'm not mistaken, the judges are usually prolific people in the industry. Okay, hold on one second. So we're playing a video game about people talking about a video game. So how would Freya, like, if I was writing about a writer in a video game, writing about people that they see, and creating a story based on that. Freya's story would probably be, with this video game thing, would, instead of being video game developers, I would change them to writers. And instead of, like, solving a problem in regards to, like, how an engine works, perhaps just, like, the perspective in regards to telling a specific story. Like, a shift in perspective allowed them to fix their story problems, but this might mean they have to write their whole story over again. So that instead of, like, having your video game with a video game inside, now you've got a story within a story. And also senior journalists. I know, but I've told you about my game, right? It's pretty non-traditional, and thousands of people will be visiting Max, expecting full metal conflict in other bigger games. Every game has its own market, you know, and you'll be in the indie area. people know what to expect there, which is pretty much anything. Gamers aren't stupid. What if some haters visit the booth? What if they don't like my game and say bad things about it? Or about me? That's not gonna happen. It's an expo, not the internet. People are way nicer in real life. Huh. Even after all that, I'll still be there by myself for the whole event. That one is a problem, yeah. Meeting that many people is already scary enough. Doing it for 4 days straight, showing my baby to the public. I just can't imagine the horror. You know what? So far my schedule is pretty empty around then. If things stay this way until Max, I'll come with you. No, you don't have to do that. Even if you're free then, you shouldn't waste your time on me. Relax or something. No, it's no bother. I'll be going to the event anyway. Might as well come with an exhibitor badge. What about your company's booth? Don't worry about it. There are hundreds of us. I can ask my lead to skip this year. But, I'm coming with you. Whether you like it or not. Okay. Good. Now, what are you going to show the game on? I'll have a laptop and a smartphone. Is the Expo build ready? Expo build? You're not planning to showcase the full version, right? That's the plan. Don't. I can give you the guidelines on what to have for the Expo build. Do you have the game with you now? It's on my phone. I can send you the build now if you want. Do so. Yeah, you definitely don't want to just show the game. Like, imagine if you were demonstrating Skyrim to a new audience, and you decided to just show them the whole game, and then give them maybe like a time limit of 30 minutes to try the game out. How much of that time limit is going to be wasted by the wagon ride at the beginning of the game? Like, people will be like, will walk away from Skyrim like thinking that they just made a really boring game, when they really picked the worst slice possible. Probably, like, if you were going to show Skyrim as like a build for people to test out, you would probably pick a slice of it from a little bit later on. Let's say a dungeon. Let's say maybe the first dungeon you go through. You have 3 load states. You have a warrior load state, a magic user load state, a rogue load state, and you set that up so that players can experience that one level with one of these 3 characters. That would be one example for demonstrating Skyrim to a larger audience. Now, let's say... Now, for example, here's another game that wouldn't require that. There was a Nintendo exhibition in Chicago, and they were showing off the Switch at the time because the Switch was new, and they were showing off Breath of the Wild. And Breath of the Wild, they had, I think, like a 20-minute time limit. 15 to 20 minutes, I forget. And they were basically, like, it just started from the beginning of the game, and you hit go. And that's the thing with Breath of the Wild versus Skyrim, is like Breath of the Wild allows you to just start right from the beginning and know what you're getting into, because it doesn't have that big amount of story to lead you in. It allows you as a player to experiment on that one small section of playing before really kind of getting lost in the world, as opposed to Skyrim, which really kind of puts you in a theme park ride at the beginning, and then once you get past the tutorial, then you're able to explore. Okay. Got it. Now let's see. Is this Freya? No, it's Rachel. Hello, Miss Rachel. Hi, Malice. What's wrong? Huh? Nothing. I've been practicing all day and I'm pretty tired. Are you having a concert soon? Don't tell anyone yet, it'll be announced tomorrow. But I'm going to perform at Coachella next week. They're still adding new performers? Yeah, you might say that those announced this late are backups. Oh. But it's still the biggest festival in the country. Yes! And I'm excited for it. I think I should celebrate with a special drink. Something sweet. What do you want to order? A sweet hot chocolate. Well, let's throw in some chocolate. What are we gonna add? We want to make it sweet. Honey. And cinnamon? More honey would add to just the sweetness. And more honey then. Chocolate with lots of honey. I don't even know how that would taste. Honey chocolate. Your sweet hot chocolate is ready. Thank you. How is it? Not bad. It's not special, but it's enough. Please don't hesitate to call me if you need anything else. Thanks. What is our rating with Rachel? Hi there, I'm Rachel Florencia. You might have seen me on your screen singing, dancing, or modeling. Working on a new album especially for you right now. Other than the instruction on the loading screen, try putting a time limit on how long they can play. Yep. Why? Wouldn't that break their immersion? Probably, but in case there's a good reaction to it, you might have people lining up to play your game. Don't want to make them wait too long. That makes sense. If you don't want to put a time limit on it, try ending the demo with a cliffhanger. That should get people's attention. Noted. Dad? What are you doing here? After what you did at the studio this evening.
I was worried. I couldn't find you anywhere around the studio. So I thought you'd be here. But we cannot just limit ourselves to this place.
And now you're causing another ruckus.
We're sorry, Malice. We didn't mean to cause you any problems.
You are sorry. I don't have anything to be sorry for. And they're fighting again.
Well, anyway, I better order something.
What are you having?
What would you recommend?
Might I suggest a cup of Spanish Sahara?
Oh, what is that?
It's basically hot chocolate with milk and ginger. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Malice, for just telling me the recipe outright.
Sounds delicious. I'll take that Spanish Sahara.
So that was hot chocolate with milk and ginger. Your drink is ready, sir.
My, this is amazing.
Let's take a look at his profile. What I'm doing with my life. Trying to be a better father while running a record store. Favorite things, family, and music. Self-summary, music enthusiast and father. Alright. Warm and cozy, just like a day in Barcelona. Glad you like it. Dad.
Yes?
Please just go home after you finish your drink.
Not until you leave that good-for-nothing pervert.
I need him. He's going to help me become more successful.
I know Morris. He is not a good person.
The industry has changed, Dad. It's not like 20 years ago. Besides, since you left, he's been growing his brand, making his name, managing a lot of stars so they become superstars.
I still have my informants in the industry. He hasn't changed much, and even if he has, it wasn't for the better.
You're just being paranoid. First you were afraid of how my fans would treat me. Now you're afraid of the industry too. What's next? You'll lock me in the house because you're afraid of the air I'm breathing?
You're just too young to understand.
Then make me understand, because this is definitely not helping. There are better ways. Didn't you learn anything from Mom? You were together for almost 15 years, but you learned nothing. Not even how to talk to your own daughter.
Rachel, I'm sorry, but I'm trying, okay?
Try harder, because right now you're not helping anyone. Not me, not you, no one.
I know, but give me a chance. You know what? It will take time for me to learn, but I am learning. Or, you know,
I'm glad that they're here to air out their baggage, like right in the middle of the coffee shop, because then we wouldn't know what happens in their story. I'm reminded of, back in college, we were reading this book by a tenured professor who just kind of assigned whatever he felt like. It was a class called Romance in Western Literature, and for some reason, he decided we needed to read this book titled Pamela, which is written entirely in letters to her parents, in epistolary form. There was a point in the class where we were talking about Pamela's wedding, and in the book Pamela, she writes to her parents about her wedding, and he asked why weren't her parents. But the teacher asked why weren't Pamela's parents at Pamela's wedding? And the answer just kind of clicked with me when I realized Pamela's parents weren't at her wedding because she needed to write to them about it. Like, the form of the novel required her parents to not have been there so that she could describe the event. So you could also say, like, the form of this game has kind of forced the story to exist only within this confined space, which makes it feel very much like a stage play. Like, I feel like this kind of drama would make sense in a stage play. Like, you have this one location where everybody just kind of congregates, and then you have all these individual stories, even though it makes very little sense for Hendry and Rachel to be both here talking about their life in full view of everybody else. But it is like the story now serves the system.
I could return to the industry. I could try to be your manager.
Dad, are you out of your mind? You've been out of touch for so long.
I told you I have informants there. I'm not that out of touch, or that out of time. Of course, there are things I need to figure out, but
It doesn't work that way, Dad. You know that. Going from a girl band to a solo career won't be easy. If I take things slow, I'll lose all my momentum.
If you don't want me to be your manager, can you at least choose someone other than Morris?
I don't think so. Mr. Lester is at the height of his career now. He's my best chance right now. Don't be too paranoid, okay? I've made my decision. Now please go home. Relax. And don't ever come to the studio again. I'm going back there. I need to practice for the festival. It's only a few days away, and it's a big chance to boost my presence as a solo artist.
When are you going to be home?
I don't know. I'll be staying at the hotel the label provided.
But that's...
See you, Dad.
Wait, Rachel! Excuse me for a moment, Malice.
I'm sorry about what just happened. You don't have to apologize. Yeah, we were busy minding our own business anyway. What? You didn't hear their argument, Myrtle? Of course I heard them. I just chose to ignore most of it. It's none of my business, is it? That's amazing. What's so amazing about that? I don't think I can do that. Dividing and focusing my attention so completely, especially when there's an argument like that. Are you saying you weren't listening to my advice and you were focusing on them instead? No, I was listening. I made notes. See, you didn't even realize. But you are capable of focusing your attention. Now that you mention it, it happens naturally, I guess. Being born into a big family is useful after all. Yeah, sometimes we don't even realize what we're capable of doing. By the way, you want to head back now? Yeah, it's pretty late. Yo, Mouse, we're leaving. Hope you had a good time. Thank you for the drinks, as usual. Please take care on your way home. I guess that's all for welcome back. Oh, you're back, Mr. Hendry. Are you all right, sir? Sir?
Oh, yes. Please don't worry about me.
Did you manage to catch up with Miss Rachel?
No, I lost her.
I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm sure she's all right.
I hope you're right.
By the way, pardon me for asking.
Yes?
Throughout your arguments with Miss Rachel, something kept bugging me.
What's that?
Why did you leave the music industry?
Now that's a trip down memory lane. You don't have to tell me if it makes you uncomfortable. Wrong person. Oh no, it's fine. I left around 20 years ago, just as we were welcoming the beginning of the new millennium. It was a great time for girl bands, you know. They were huge in the 90s, and they were still enjoying the leftover sensation of the past decade. I met my wife while working. She worked for a record label. That's how we met.
I met my wife while working. She worked for a record label. That's how we met. Very circular sentence structure.
I decided to get married and settle down. I wanted a peaceful life.
You didn't find peace managing girl bands?
Oh gosh, no. The politics, the dark side of the industry, none of it's good. But what hit me hardest was the fans. Toxic fans are the worst. The teenage girls especially, they were crazy about their idols, to the point where they started doing really unimaginable stuff.
Like what?
Spending all their money trying to copy the superstar lifestyle, abandoning their responsibilities, their family. And the men, they were even worse. They sexualized the girls in every way you could possibly imagine. Edited photos, stalking, outright sexual assault. It was before the internet, mind you. I mean, the internet existed, but it wasn't as mainstream as it is now. I wasn't even the target of the abuse, but it haunted me. It was Don't talk to me about peace. I couldn't sleep back then. Not getting enough sleep is dangerous for cats.
What do you do for a living now?
After we got married, my wife and I opened a record store. It's not big, but we have a very specific audience. We're niche, but they love us for it. It's more than enough for our little family.
You said you are still in touch with your friends in the music industry.
They visit my place from time to time, and we all meet up at least once a year. Usually it's at my place. Gosh, look at the time. I should go home too.
Are you going to be all right by yourself?
Don't worry about me. I'm an old cat. We're stronger than most people think. See you later, Malice. And sorry if I'm bringing our fight to your place.
Don't worry about it.
All right then. Goodbye.
And this time, Freya's a no-show. All right. Sweet, cool, and magically wakes you up. Thursday, October 1st, 2020. Rachel Florencia confirmed to perform at Coachella 2020. Gil Naiman and Maruki Harukami to collaborate for a new IP. Coachella organizer reminds parents not to allow their children to attend unsupervised, or they may be eaten by werewolves. Alright, well, we'll find out who's dropping by a little bit early tomorrow. For now, though, got any suggestions for someone to play next? Leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have yourselves a good night.